My name is Alec. I'm 52 years old, and I've just decided to completely change my life. I sold my apartment and bought a piece of land where I'm going to build a house for myself and my son. On this channel, I'll show the entire process of building a wooden house, discuss the costs involved, and share the challenges I'll face along the way. I hope the videos I make will inspire someone else to follow an equally crazy dream. A garage has already been installed on the property, and it will serve as the construction base for quite some time. The concrete blocks it stands on won't protect it from strong winds, so it needs to be anchored to the ground. I did this in two ways, with ground screw anchors and expansion bolts fixed into the concrete blocks. That should be more than enough. I ordered the first batch of materials: rough sawn boards, battens, counter battens, and OSB sheets. The counter battens and some of the boards will be used to build the batter boards, which will allow me to precisely mark the position of the house and all the foundation piers. Meanwhile, the formwork for the foundation piers arrived. I'll tell you more about that later. Now it's time to build a workbench. I designed it using a single OSB sheet and some battens. It's not the most stable structure in the world, but it only cost about 50 euros, which is a significant advantage. After many months of earthworks, it's finally time for some woodworking. Working in a crouched position isn't very comfortable, but this is the last time I'll be working on my knees. The workbench will make things much easier. I like to prepare a design before I start building because then I know exactly what needs to be done. I use SketchUp for designing. It's a very simple and intuitive 3D program. Since I spent a lot of time in front of a computer in my previous life, designing doesn't intimidate me. Once all the components are ready, all that's left is to prepare the base, assemble everything, and level it. I attach steel profiles with threaded rods to the legs, which allows me to fine-tune the height and level. "4 hours of work later, the workbench is finished. What do you think? Does the final result differ much from the design? I hope the house turns out just as accurately." The workbench is done, so it's time for the batter boards. To precisely mark all the points and establish the zero level, I need a surveyor. Fortunately, a friend came to help. He's currently training his high school-age son in the profession. Maybe he'll follow in his father's footsteps. Time will tell. The surveyor marks all the corners of both houses and their garages. He also establishes the zero level, the finished floor height. Just to be safe, I marked the 0 level on the garage as well. Now I need to locate all the foundation piers. The batter boards only show the corners of the building, so I have to calculate the exact position of each pier from those reference points. The reinforcing steel bars have arrived at the site. The reinforcement cages for the piers will be made from 12mm rebar, while the stirrups will be made from 8mm bars. To save money, I decided to use triangular stirrups. Since the piers will have a diameter of 22 centimeters, 3 reinforcing bars will be more than sufficient. You can buy ready-made stirrups, but it's much cheaper to make them yourself. So I bought a rebar bender. Nothing fancy, but it can bend steel up to a 120-degree angle. The first surprise I bought 2,500 loop tie wires. I was convinced they would last me a lifetime. I used every single one of them. And here it is, a manual earth auger with a diameter of 22 centimeters. I couldn't resist trying it out and drilling a few holes, but that's a story for the next episode. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed to my channel, gave this video a thumbs up, or shared it with your friends. See you in the next episode.